Fahrenheit or higher within 15 minutes. Heat stroke requires immediate medical attention. It can result in death or permanent disability. Signs of heat stroke include red, hot, dry skin, high body temperature, confusion, fainting, and convulsions. Heat exhaustion is the body's response to loss of water and salt from heavy sweating. Signs of heat exhaustion include heavy sweating, headache, nausea, dizziness, weakness, irritability, and thirst. Other heat-related illnesses include heat cramps and heat rash. Heat cramps can occur in the muscles used for work and are caused by the loss of body salts and fluid during sweating. Heat rash is skin irritation caused by sweat that does not evaporate from the skin. Heat can also increase the risk for other injuries that can result from sweaty palms, dizziness, and fogged up safety glasses. Accidental contact with hot surfaces or steam can cause burns. Heat stress is preventable. Your company should use engineering controls and safe work practices to protect workers who are at risk for heat stress. This includes training workers about the hazards that lead to heat stress and how to prevent them. Engineering controls include air conditioning and ventilation for hot work environments. Moving air can help prevent workers from overheating. Some safe work practices include modifying work schedules so jobs take place during the cooler parts of the day and arranging frequent rest periods with water breaks in shaded or air-conditioned areas. Other safe work practices include providing plenty of cool water to workers close to the work area and routinely checking on workers who are at risk for heat stress. Your company may develop an acclimatization or adaptation program that allows workers to gradually adapt to the heat by slowly increasing workloads and allowing more frequent breaks for workers new to the heat and those that have been away from work. Another way to prevent heat stress is using personal protective equipment, or PPE, that helps cool workers down, such as reflective clothing, body cooling ice vests, water-cooled garments, and personal cooling systems. You can protect yourself and your coworkers by knowing the signs and symptoms of heat-related illnesses, monitoring yourself, and using the buddy system. Other measures you can take to protect yourself from heat stress include blocking out direct sun and other heat sources, drinking plenty of fluids, drinking often and before you are thirsty, drinking water every 15 minutes, avoiding beverages that contain alcohol or caffeine, and wearing lightweight, light-colored, and loose-fitting clothes. If you suspect a coworker is experiencing heat stress, call a supervisor for help. If a supervisor is not available, call 911. Have someone stay with the worker until help arrives and move the worker to a cooler or shaded area. If the worker is not alert or seems confused, call 911 immediately and apply ice as soon as possible. Heat stress is a serious hazard for workers in hot environments, but it is preventable. Know the signs and symptoms of heat-related illnesses, monitor yourself, and use the buddy system. Stay safe.
No, it seems a little early for the heat stuff, but obviously Colorado, we're just getting back to springtime instead of going to wintertime at any point in time. And Texas is already getting hot, so, or has been hot. So we wanted to cover this, bring it up ahead of time a little bit. That way you guys can start planning ahead too. Those of us that have trucks with cabs, doesn't have AC working in it, we need to get that figured out. You know, stuff like that. Those of you running conventional rigs on the stocking side, if you guys have, the umbrellas that need different ones, whatever, stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and kind of get ahead of it, identify anything like that before it gets too terribly hot, so that way you can go ahead and get that fixed and it's ready to go. Everybody got a test, right? Okay. All right. Like I said, let's just go over it real quick. We'll go over it as a group real fast together. So number one, workers who work in hot environments or exposed to extreme heat may be at risk for blank. What do you guys think? Which one? There you go. B, heat stress. Number two, work that has a high potential for causing heat stress usually involves blank conditions outdoors or hot indoor environments. A, right? Hot and humid. Number three, the potential for heat stress blank. If the job involves performing hot, heavy work tasks or using bulky or non-breathable protective clothing and equipment. See, it increases, right? Obviously, that's one of the things that we can't get away from. It's not like we can all run around in t-shirts and all that kind of stuff, right? It's just one of those deals, but we do what we can. Number four, blank is the most serious heat-related illness. B, heat stroke. Obviously, if you have a heat stroke, you die. Point. Number five, you blank is your body's response to loss of water and salt from heavy sweating. C, heat exhaustion. Number six, blank can occur in the muscles used for work and or it is caused by the loss of body salts and fluid during sweating. Heat cramps, right? D. Number seven, blank is skin irritation caused by sweat that does not evaporate from the skin. A, heat rash. Number eight, blank can help prevent workers from overheating. C, moving air. Number nine, measures you can take to protect yourself from heat stress include wearing blank. A, lightweight, light color, and loose fitting clothing. Like I said, obviously, we don't have the options that some people do, so we gotta do what we can. Number nine, measures you can take to protect yourself from heat stress. Oh, my bad, sorry. Number 10, safe work practices for preventing heat stress include blank. A, arranging frequent rest periods with water breaks in shaded areas. So part of that conversation we had the other day, obviously I do the trucks, stuff like that, but it's hot outside. You sit inside in the couch, I truck them, so they can see, right? I'll sit in the shade, there's, shade nearby if possible. Probably this, you guys want to drop, how do you move it? Yeah. That's what I said. Turn it on, sit in the AC for a minute. Oh, it doesn't.
Hey, that's what it is to this.
Make it difficult. All right, real quick, like I said, we're gonna not take a lot of time, so obviously we're running behind, but one thing that we wanted to talk about, and this is a sincere thing from all of us, is thank you guys. A big thank you. We did best month that we've had in a long time. All that directing coordinates to you guys. You guys are the ones doing the work. You guys are out there performing the work in the field. You guys are doing a great job. Obviously we've had customers that are calling us left and right, wanting stuff done. And we've got a lot of these customers now that we're doing such a great job that these customers are willing to wait a couple days, whatever it's needed. Us, they know the level of work that we do. They would rather us be out there than somebody else. Literally had customers say, okay, that's fine. You guys are, like, working hard, I tell them, get you rig in a couple days or whatever, at least on the swabbing side, obviously I'm speaking for that. But they've literally been like, okay, cool, we'll wait, because we want you guys to do the work. We want you out there. That speaks directly to every single one of us in this room, but, you guys, especially from the standpoint that you guys, like I said, are the ones doing the work. So, like I said, from all of us, but like for myself, especially, thank you. I mean it. You guys have been kicking ass, and we appreciate it. Obviously, there's days where it's difficult. This last week, I know for like the swabbing side, we've leaped through a lot of hoops. It's been kind of one of those weeks, but we've all done it. We've all adapted and overcame. And like I said, for that, we do appreciate it. So you guys can pat yourselves on the back. Job well done. Huh? We'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. How about that? Beyond that though, obviously keep doing what we're doing. This next month, obviously same thing. It doesn't look like we're gonna slow down anytime soon. So, keep doing what you're doing. If you guys need anything, let us know. Fire extinguishers, just do visual checks on them. We've got a rig in the yard and it's going out this morning. Check real quick, make sure they're good. Pressure to do all that good stuff. We do have some spares made up, so if we do need to switch them out, we're gonna do that. Those of you that have rigs on location already, make sure you're double checking them, make sure they're good. I mean, obviously I've been on a rig this week, so I haven't been able to make my rounds, but, this next week coming up, I'm gonna do my best to get around and go punch all of them, do, thorough inspection and everything like that, and get with you guys on everything else, so. Beyond that though, nothing else, like I said, you guys got anything on your side?
Hey, can I make a couple comments when you're done?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, I wanted to just bring up a couple things. Number one, on the situation with heat stroke and heat stress. It's also critical that during the day you continue to eat, because even though if you're drinking water and that, we actually had a situation at a company I worked at years ago where a guy was on a diet and he was like doing that starvation thing, right? Where he wouldn't eat for a day and then he'd eat the next day. And he ended up getting heat stroke and spent 3 days in the hospital. And basically the hospital said it was because he had not been eating properly at all, actually. And that contributed and actually magnitude the problem. They were drinking Gatorade and things like that on location and water, but he'd had no solid food. So, make sure you take a bag of snacks, lunch, sandwich, whatever, when you're out there. And even though you may not feel hungry, it's important that you do eat throughout the day on location as the temperatures rise. And the other thing I wanted to bring up just real quick is we had an incident with an employee on a location, and we're still under investigation. The employee was standing on a wellhead with the ladder right next to him. He slipped and he bruised himself. He didn't report the incident at the time and waited almost 2 weeks and then decided he was going to, go to the hospital on his own and get x-rays and things. That employee no longer works for us. He failed to report the incident. He violated multiple policies and procedures. Number one, not reporting the incident. Number two, not using the ladder. Number three, he never did a JSA, or at least if he did not review it with the crew. And he was standing on a greasy wellhead, working with a 36-inch pipe wrench when he slipped, and he was about 2 feet off the ground, so he didn't need protection. But the point is, he knew better, and then he tried to hide the incident. And like I said, now he's no longer with us. Now, I just want everybody to understand that JSA seems like it's repetition. We do it every morning, but it's so critical that you take those few minutes to inspect the wellhead. Is it greasy? Can you get into the area safely? How do you secure your ladder and things like that? It's just critical that we don't overlook that process, because that process may identify something, or someone on your crew may identify something that you haven't seen. And maybe if we're lucky, we prevent an incident like this from happening, where a guy's standing on the wellhead and slips. So, and then again, we have Axio, of a simple phone call into the office to say, hey, I slipped, I bumped myself, I feel fine. We're aware of the situation. We can monitor it and make sure that if there is discomfort that comes in later in the day or whatever, we're at least notified of it, and we can utilize Axiom to hopefully help the operator recover quicker than just deciding on his own behalf to go get some x-rays taken. So I just wanted to bring that up because we get complacent and we start taking shortcuts. We cannot afford to take shortcuts. Your health, your well-being is critical to the success of our company. And I'm just asking everybody to take an extra minute or two. It doesn't take a lot. We actually have one client down here that has their own identification program now. And you take it's a barcode, you click on it, and if you see anything on one of their locations, you can fill it out on any phone. You can send it in, it goes straight to their safety department, and they're recording these things every single day. And then what they're doing is putting together hit lists to go out there. It could be tall grass, it could be greasy wellheads, it could be a valve that's hard to open or something like that. And they're going out and addressing those situations. So our clients are concerned with it. We're concerned with it. And I just want to make sure that everybody understands the importance of doing a proper JSA, taking the few minutes with your crew, taking the time to really look around. And down here, we got rattlesnakes, you know. You probably have them up there too, but down here, they're very, very common on location. So that's one of the things we have to look out for, you know, so we don't step on a snake. But just again, if everybody would take the time to do a proper JSA. And then if you do pinch a finger, you're not going to get fired for reporting it. Trust me, that's never going to happen. You might get fired if you don't report it though. And then you decide to go into a hospital on your own behalf. So just letting you know that, guys, wanted to readdress that so everybody's aware of it. That's all I got.
Sounds good, Bill. Appreciate it. Any questions, concerns, any thoughts?
One thought I have is the customer has requested a couple times. I've talked to Jeremy and Patrick about this a little bit about having bulldog spears on every rig, about having heavy pulling tools, which I borrowed one from Cortec yesterday, and it worked very well. It was a brand new tool that they let me use. So the customers are requesting that we get a couple of these things. I think that we should probably look into it and try to accommodate their request. Mhm. Like I said, we're borrowing tools from a competitor across the street. I mean, you know, I know that they're expensive, but they pay themselves off pretty quick. I mean, I'm just saying the customers are asking us for certain things. We should probably try to at least look into accommodating their requests.
What I'd say to that is get a list of what we feel we need. And let's look at our inventory down here and see if we've got some stuff that we can help you all out with quickly, by sending it up your way. I know we have quite a few different, and I know some of the tools y'all use are a little different than the tools we use, but it might get you out of a bind when you need it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what you're saying. Sounds good. All right, anything else? No, going? Great, Karen. All right. All right, grab yourself a donut on the way out. Make sure you guys get everything checked out before you leave and get to it. All right, you guys have a good day. Be safe.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Bill.
Welcome.